If you're still drawing triangles, flags, and head and shoulders on your charts, thinking a breakout is going to instantly make you rich, just stop. Take a step back. Last week, when your setup looked absolutely textbook perfect, you took the trade, and the market immediately reversed and ran your stop loss. Did you think the market was manipulated? It wasn't manipulated. You're just reading the wrong thing. You're reading geometry when you should be reading the auction. A chart pattern isn't a drawing. It's actually a live war between buyers and sellers where the losing side is forced to pay you out. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you the real physics behind those 6 retail setups that 99% of traders don't understand. And that 6th pattern, the one most people completely throw in the trash as a failed trade, is actually the highest profit signal on the entire chart. I guarantee this will permanently change the way you look at a chart. Before we dive into any specific pattern, let's open up the engine of the market. The market moves based on just 3 types of orders. If you understand these 3, you understand the market's live tracking system. The first force is the defending traders, meaning the limit order people. They sit patiently and don't chase the market. They are like a concrete wall standing at a fixed price, holding the supply. The second force is the attacking traders, meaning the market order people. These are the impatient individuals who want in this exact second, no matter what the current price is, acting like a speeding truck crashing straight into that concrete wall. When these attacking trucks smash through the standing wall, price moves forward. But the third and most dangerous force is the landmines, meaning the stop orders. These are invisible and do absolutely nothing until price steps right on them. The second price touches them, they instantly convert into aggressive market orders. Forced execution with no negotiation. This is where the stop cascade begins. When one stop loss triggers, it pushes price into the next stop loss, which triggers the second, then the third, creating a massive chain reaction blast in the market. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's pure mechanical physics of market microstructure. These landmines rest at the most obvious spots, like recent swing highs, swing lows, and round numbers like $100 or $500, because the entire world drew the exact same lines and everyone's stop loss is sitting in that exact same zone. The market always travels to where the order fuel is the heaviest, and that fuel is what actually builds chart patterns. Every trading course on the internet tells you that a flag is just a small channel that forms after a sharp move, but that's like saying a computer is just a glass box that lights up. If you look at the mechanics, a flag is a question the market is shouting out loud. Is there enough supply to stop this move and reverse it? When the market takes a massive, impulsive upward leap and price pauses, that's where profit-taking long traders and counter-trend short sellers step in. Now the real test begins. If price refuses to drop even after the sellers arrive, if every single dip catches itself higher than the last one and the candle bodies get smaller and smaller, it means the market is acting like a sponge. It's soaking up every single sell order hitting the tape, but the underlying buyers simply aren't getting tired. This is compression, a total pressure cooker effect where energy is being stored. The moment price breaks through that compressed boundary, 2 things happen. New momentum buyers chase the move, and the stop losses of the trapped shorts trigger, turning into forced buy orders that act as pure rocket fuel for the market. Just pay close attention to the breakout candle's close. If the candle closes near its high with a solid body, that's acceptance, meaning the market wants to stay there. If it leaves a long upper wick and snaps right back inside, that's rejection, meaning the door was slammed shut. And if a flag breaks in the completely wrong direction, it's not garbage data. It connects directly to pattern number 6, which will completely take away your fear of trading. If a flag represents absorption, a rectangle is the market's mutual agreement where buyers and sellers are perfectly content with the current price zone. Price travels to the ceiling, meets heavy supply, and drops. It hits the floor, finds demand, and bounces. But when this balance finally breaks, a massive liquidity vacuum is created because either aggressive buyers ate through all the supply or the limit order providers stepped back because they saw the mounting pressure. When the wall vanishes, price effortlessly falls through the vacuum and breaks out. Right after that comes the most crucial part, the retest. New. Traders panic during a retest, thinking the trade is failing. But a high-quality retest is actually the market's ultimate confirmation. When price returns to the old line, leaves a wick, and bounces, the market is stamping its approval, proving that the old selling zone has officially become the new buyer's headquarters. The trapped shorts who were selling the top of the range are now getting stopped out, and their forced exits provide the exact buying pressure needed to support this new level. If the breakout is fake and price snaps right back into the range, it means the breakout chasers are caught, and they will be the ones fueling the reversal. If you forget about trend lines and look at a triangle for what it really is, it represents pressure building up against a wall. Look at an ascending triangle with its flat top and consistently rising lows. That flat top is a concrete wall where sellers keep showing up to distribute, but the buyers refuse to back down, aggressively stepping up to buy at more expensive prices each time, creating higher lows. With every single touch, the supply sitting at that wall gets consumed and weakened, meaning the wall is already broken from the inside out before the visual breakout even happens. A descending triangle is the exact mirror image, where a demand floor gets hammered repeatedly until it finally gives way. Whether a triangle is real or fake comes down to the swing sizes of the candles. If the swings are getting smaller and tighter, energy is being compressed. But if the swings are massive with long wicks everywhere, that isn't compression. It's just market garbage and choppy noise that you need to stay away from. When the wall finally breaks, the momentum is fueled by the edge defenders getting trapped as their stop-outs cascade. However, keep in mind that triangles bust constantly. A breakout that fails to hold and closes back inside is the market's way of revealing that the dominant side was pure illusion. When that happens, the reversal is incredibly violent because the breakout chasers and the edge defenders get trapped at the exact same time. The head and shoulders pattern has survived for over 100 years because it isn't a geometric design. It's the literal story of demand dying out. On the left shoulder, the trend is perfectly normal and buyers push to a fresh high. On the head, buyers use all their strength to make an even bigger high, but the sell-off that follows completely smashes through the previous support levels, acting as a direct slap in the face to the buyers and trapping everyone who bought the peak of the head. On the right shoulder, the market makes one final attempt to rally, but the buying control is so incredibly weak that price can't even reach the head before losing steam, proving that demand is completely exhausted and sellers are stepping in early. The neckline was the final wall of hope where buyers were defending the dips, and the second the market secures a solid close below this neckline, the story is over. All the late buyers from the left shoulder, head, and right shoulder have their stop losses triggered simultaneously, sending the market into a brutal, cascading breakdown. But the plot twist here is that if the neckline breaks and price immediately reclaims it to clear the right shoulder, it exposes massive hidden institutional demand. All the shorts are suddenly trapped, and their forced buy-to-cover orders trigger a violent rally. A failed head and shoulders often yields the fastest and most explosive moves because the entire crowd was positioned on one side, and the market turned them into pure fuel. Double tops and double bottoms are the market's memory structures, where the visual shape matters way less than the fact that the exact same price zone produced the exact same reaction twice. When price rallies to a high, drops, and returns to that exact spot only to get rejected again, the market is explicitly telling you that it cannot break through this ceiling due to heavy supply. A double bottom is the exact mirror image, where a floor is successfully defended twice. The real game begins when the midpoint neckline between the two peaks breaks, completely trapping everyone who bought the second top. But the absolute jackpot version of this setup is the busted double top, where price forms a double top, breaks the neckline to bring in all the retail short sellers, and then suddenly reverses to reclaim the neckline and clear both previous peaks. The stop losses of those shorts create massive, forced buying pressure with nowhere to hide. Studies show that the reversal move from a busted double top is often significantly larger and faster than the pattern's original target, because failure always produces a much larger expansion than normal success. This brings us to the automatic jackpot setup known as the failed breakout, or the liquidity trap. Every single pattern we've discussed has a failure mode. Most traders hit a loss, close their screens, and blame bad luck. But for a smart trader, the failure is the absolute biggest signal. Mechanically, a failed breakout means price attempted to test a new value zone, but the auction completely rejected it. This happens when aggressive orders run straight into a deep institutional supply wall, or when institutions purposefully step back to trap retail traders. The moment price snaps back inside the structure, the stop losses of all those trapped breakout chasers become high-velocity fuel for the opposite direction. Once you fully understand this logic, you stop being a pattern trader and become an intent trader who reads the market's underlying motives instead of textbook shapes. Failure always exposes hidden liquidity and positioning imbalances, and a trapped group of traders forced to exit their positions is the single most exploitable condition in any market. You don't need to memorize a cheat sheet. Just write down these 3 questions and run every single chart through them. Question 1. Where is the order fuel, or liquidity, resting right now? And which swing high or low is the most obvious magnet? Question 2. If price travels there, who is going to be forced out of their position and get trapped? And question 3. Is the market currently in a temporary balance range, or is it engaged in aggressive, directional price discovery? These 3 questions work identically on a 5-minute crypto chart and a weekly S&P 500 chart because they aren't about shapes, they are about the actual human and algorithmic auction. The market operates on one endless loop where it establishes balance, builds pressure, tests boundaries, finds acceptance or rejection, and then launches into a new expansion. Flags, rectangles, triangles, head and shoulders, and doubles are all just different costumes worn by this exact same loop. Watching this once won't make you a wizard. It takes real screen time on live charts to internalize it. Save this video right now and come back to it after your next 5 trading sessions, because I promise it will hit completely differently the second time around. Until next time, stop looking at shapes and start reading the intent of the auction. Stay disciplined.